So like Mr. Avanka just mentioned, I'm not prepared at all, so I'm just going to start off with saying chief guests, there are quite a few, vice principal, teachers, parents and students. Alright, so like Mr. Avanka said again, I'm not going to speak about drama, I'm not going to speak about theatre, I'm not going to speak about Shakespeare. I thought I'll speak about, or speak in a language we all understand, because Shakespeare's language is tough. So, and I've gone blank. Right, okay, so, I see a lot of parents, and I've been working with a lot of kids. And there's one common issue or concern that's always there. So I thought I'll speak about that, or I'll address that. So in 1998, I won my first certificate, not in theatre, but for some religious essay. I remember my father being very excited about it. I started in 2000. I started theatre in 2000. A year after my father passed away. So these 16 years, absolutely, there's nothing that I can show to him. So in the year 2000, I'll tell you why I mentioned this. So in the year 2000, when I started, we did Julius Caesar again in St. Joseph's. We did the scene after Caesar's death. So that's when Brutus and Mark Antony goes to take stage and speaks to the public as to why they killed Caesar, and Brutus was reasoning out why. And then Mark Antony came soon after and then manipulated the crowd. So Mark Antony he was referring to this mantelpiece of Caesar, the cloak Caesar was wrapped in. And he was showing them the wounds that all the conspirators, or Caesar had to go through because of the stabbing. And the director, Jan Aloysius, very creative and also my guru, he made it big. He made it massive. It was at the BMICH. So he made it really grand. That mantelpiece was as big as this hall. So even the last person in BMICH was able to see the blood stains and the ripped cloth. So now, this is where the story begins. This long or huge mantelpiece had to be sewn. And the lady who sewed that was the lady who sewed the costumes for this production. And that's my mother. I think she's somewhere around. And now back in the day, this huge mantelpiece had to be transported home. And I did not have a vehicle at that time. Practice finished at 1, 2 in the morning, as usual. And me and my friend, I had to basically carry that mantelpiece like this, and I walked home. So my friend was in Batramulla, I was in Rajgiriya, we walked home. So in Salaka, there were a few cops. They stopped us. They didn't believe the fact that we were after drama practices. And then I had that mantelpiece. He said, "What is it?" And he did that. And he said, "Make a lane either." Is this blood? I was speechless. To add to the complication, I was a Tamil. To make the situation worse, I had daggers in my bag. we practiced to kill Caesar. So, the moral of the story is, see, obviously my mother was really upset about all this, but again, she did not stop me from doing what I love. There were complications, that's just the start. Probably the first out of these 16 years. But she did not stop me. So, ladies and gentlemen, these kids here, they have a lot of talent. That boy, Tariq, he's acting, the next minute he's playing rugger, and today you see him on stage singing. These guys are talented, multi-talented. And I think as parents, as teachers, guardians, all we can do is encourage them. Because who knows, if you think that my decision to direct Wesley this year made a difference to these boys' lives, or brought a smile to these guys' faces, or revived Wesley Drama Society, that is because of the trust, the support my mother had in me 16 years ago. So I'm thankful now that after my mom, I have a wonderful combination. My wife lets me do the same. So, coming back to the story. So as parents, it's a gift to see your kids perform. Something that you cannot buy with money. Even if I pay today, I'm going back to the story I told in the beginning, I can't get my father to come and see me do what I'm doing now. So, cherish these moments, because who knows, 16 years later, 20 years later, it can be your kids who will be here speaking and making a difference in the others' lives and bringing smiles to their faces. Thank you.